So, to give a brief overview of how Arnolda Eskens, or Sister Gratiana, is related to me, um, here's me in the family chart. My dad was Arnold Eskens, and his dad was William Arnold Eskens, and he was the son of Jacobus Eskens and Maria Tidgen. Sister Gratiana is the sister of my grandfather, William. So, just a brief overview of the family. There's um, the marriage to Maria Tidgen in 1880, and then the oldest daughter was Arnolda, or Sister Gratiana. She was born in 1882. She did not come over with the family to the United States in 1908, but the rest of the family did. And so the next oldest was John, or Johannes. He, he was about 24 years old when he came over. When he came, he married shortly after arriving in Nebraska and then went up to South Dakota to claim some land. And he was pretty much in South Dakota the rest of his life. And he did fairly well for himself because he did visit Sister Gratiana in the Netherlands in 1949. He was the person who changed the last name of Eskens to Eskins, and I have not done any research to figure out why that was, but the story is that it was easier to change his last name than to change his land grant because they misspelled his name, but I can't confirm that. So he was the oldest who came over, about 24 years old, and then Christina was next. She married Theodore Pites a few years after she arrived, and she remained in Cedar County the rest of her life. Then it was Martin. We called him Martin. He never married. He did serve in the military for a short while during World War One. He never left the states. Um, he was stationed in Des Moines, and he got influenza really bad, and he thought he was going to die. But anyway, they released him, and he served out or he lived the rest of his life in Cedar County, but then died in a veterans home in Grand Island in Nebraska. They did have a daughter, Gerarda, who only lived for not quite a year, so she was passed by the time they moved to the United States. And then our grandfather, William Eskens, was the youngest to come over, and he was about 16 years old when they came to the United States. Um, Jacobus and Maria also had another son after uh, Grandpa Eskens was born, Frederikus. He passed away within a year of being born, and then Maria passed away shortly thereafter. So when his mom passed away, our grandfather was about 3 years old.